You know, when we talk about the AI revolution, our minds usually jump straight to the chatbots, the cool image generators. But what we don't always see is the massive, hidden construction project happening underneath it all. And in their latest earnings report, Cisco is basically shouting from the rooftops that they are selling the picks and shovels in this new digital gold rush. All right, let's dive into the numbers and see what's really going on.
Wow. Okay. So right out of the gate, Cisco's CEO, Chuck Robbins, is not messing around. That is a bold, confident statement. He's not just talking about a good quarter. He's setting the tone for the entire year. That's a pretty big promise, right? So the real question is, do the numbers actually back that up? Let's take a look. And boom, here it is. Almost $15 billion in revenue for just one quarter. That's an 8% jump from last year. And get this, it actually beat the high end of their own forecast. So this isn't just corporate talk. The performance is absolutely there. Now, let's break down where all this incredible growth is coming from.
The first, and let's be honest, the most exciting driver here is artificial intelligence. While everyone else is focused on building the AI models, Cisco is busy building the superpowered networks that those models need to run. They are literally providing the essential foundation for the entire industry.
Now this is super interesting, because it explains why AI needs so much more network muscle. The old way of doing things was kind of like asking a search engine a question. You know, one query, one answer, and you're done. But this new agentic AI model? Whoa. It's more like a whole team of AI experts. One for sales, one for marketing, one for logistics, all talking to each other all at the same time, constantly. This creates this nonstop high-volume demand on the network that is just worlds apart from what we had before.
And if you want proof, here it is in black and white. In just a single quarter, Cisco pulled in $1.3 billion in AI-related orders from the hyperscalers. We're talking about the giants, the Amazons, Googles, and Microsofts of the world, the ones building these massive AI models. This is a huge vote of confidence in Cisco's whole strategy.
But hold on, it's not just the cloud giants. This shows another $200 million in orders came from a much wider group. Regular companies, entire countries building their own AI clouds, and even brand new cloud providers. What this tells us is that the AI infrastructure boom is spreading out. It's going mainstream.
So, if we zoom out a bit, what does this all add up to? Well, Cisco's projecting that this AI business will rake in over $3 billion in revenue for the whole year. I mean, think about that. This has gone from just a promising idea to a massive, multi-billion-dollar business in what feels like the blink of an eye.
So what are these customers actually buying? This slide breaks it down perfectly. It all starts with their custom-designed silicon, like this new P200 chip you see here. That's the engine. Then that engine gets put into these absolute monster systems, like the 8K router on the right, which is built to handle the mind-boggling amount of data traffic that AI generates.
But here's the thing. AI isn't the only tailwind pushing Cisco forward. There's a second multi-billion-dollar story happening, and it's this massive upgrade cycle taking place inside companies all over the world.
Yeah, we're talking about something called campus networking. It sounds a little technical, but really all it means is the internal network that powers everything inside a company's walls. You know, the Wi-Fi, the plugged-in connections, all of it. It's basically the digital central nervous system for any school, hospital, or business you can think of.
So why is everybody upgrading all at once? Well, it's pretty much a perfect storm. For starters, you've got tens of billions of dollars worth of old equipment that's just, well, getting old and running out of support. At the same time, you've got amazing new tech like Wi-Fi 7 coming out, which is a huge leap in speed. But the real catalyst is AI. Businesses want to use AI on their own private data, and their current networks just aren't up to the task. Imagine the kind of power you need for an internal AI assistant that's always on, or for training a model on your company's sales data. That makes a full network overhaul a total necessity.
Okay, so we've got these two huge forces pushing things forward. The AI boom, and this campus-wide refresh. So let's look at the financial scorecard and see how this actually breaks down in Cisco's business.
Okay, this table pretty much tells the entire story. Just look at that top line, networking. That's the core of their business, and it's where both the AI and campus upgrade sales live. It grew by a staggering 15%. Now look down at the other segments like security and collaboration. They're actually down a little. This means the networking division is single-handedly carrying the company's growth right now.
And if the table wasn't clear enough, this bar chart just screams it at you. The contrast is just undeniable. That huge 15% growth bar for networking completely dwarfs everything else. It's so clear that Cisco's big bet on being the foundation for AI and enterprise upgrades is paying off in a massive, massive way.
So things look great now. The business is being driven by these incredibly powerful trends. But the obvious question is, can they keep this train rolling? Let's take a look at what the company itself is forecasting for the road ahead.
And what they're telling Wall Street shows a lot of confidence. Their guidance for both the next quarter and the full year points to strong continued momentum. They're projecting that revenue for the full year could top $60 billion. This is not a company that sees a slowdown coming. They're signaling that these growth drivers are here to stay.
Which really just leaves us with this one final thought to chew on. We're all watching as AI becomes as fundamental as the internet itself. And if that's true, it begs a fascinating question. In this new digital frontier, in this new gold rush, could the biggest long-term winner not be the one digging for gold, but the one who's building all the roads?